God Goku has finally returned, but who should you choose with your hard-earned red coins? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back with another Dokkan battle video, and with a surprise twist of fate, Dokkan has introduced a new banner in the thank you banner. Honestly, better than the thank you banner itself. And this banner brings forth quite a few special units. It brings forward the World Tournament Goku, the World Tournament Piccolo Jr., Yamcha, Bardock, Raditz, and Super Vegeta. But most importantly, it brings back our bad boy right here, the Super Saiyan God Goku. This was this year's Saiyan Day, and quite honestly, a top tier TUR, and a unit we all thought was going to return on the October Halloween banner, as most Saiyan Day units do, but he did not, and people were getting kind of worried that maybe the next time Global might see him won't be till the androids show up in possibly February or in January. But he's here, and we need to determine, is he worth your hard-earned red coin? So in order to figure that out, first off, let's take a look at what he's doing, look at who else is on the banner, and look at some minor considerations you may want to consider for everything coming up, because the short answer is yes. Given his limited availability, he is worth it, but knowing he is to return on the banner with the androids and on the Saiyan Day banner in March, there may be some other special considerations. So let's go ahead, let's hop in, let's start by taking a look at his leader skill in this form here, right? So once awakened, he is a pure Saiyans or hybrid Saiyans category key 3 HP attack and defense 170% with an additional HP attack and defense 30% to those on Power of Wishes or Exploding Rage. Remember, he was the introduction of the Power of Wishes category to Global, even if it was only for that 30% of a leader skill. He does have an interesting animation that activates once only, gives him attack 100% when performing a super attack, and randomly changes key spheres of a certain type, Fizz excluded, to Fizz key spheres for 6 turns when the character's entry turn, when there are 6 or more superclass allies on the team, right? So he needs to be with at least 6 other superclass allies to gain his buff. If he's not, he's going to be struggling for key a lot to maintain the rest of his passive, and you're going to see why here in a second, right? He's also got key 2 attack and defense 150%. He gets an additional 50% attack and defense when attacking. He also has a medium chance of evading enemies' attacks, so 30% just naturally. He also has an additional attack and defense 50% and chance of evading enemies' attack 30% with 3 or more key spheres obtained. So with 3 key spheres, he jumps up to 60% dodge, which is pretty good. It's 10% less than UI Goku, and he'll dodge more often than not. And just in case you need a little extra insurance, if you happen to get 6 or more key spheres, you now have a guaranteed additional attack, and you have guard, which is really good. From the 4th super attack in battle, you also have an additional attack 50%. So dude is really good, and 4th turn from the start of battle honestly is going to be about turn 2 for him, right? Given that you will be getting your 6 orbs more often than not, and he will be doing those double supers each turn, so very, very easy to pull up. He does have an active skill that causes ultimate damage to the enemy, performs a critical hit, and transforms him into Super Saiyan Goku, and it can be activated from the 5th turn from the start of battle as long as he's performed 4 or more super attacks. Once transformed, he gains a critical hit for 3 turns, guaranteed. He also has effective against all types upon entry, starting for the 4th turn from his entry. Sorry, correction there. So he has critical hit for the first 3 turns. After that, he gets effective against all types. He also gets key 2 and attack defense 159%. He has an additional attack and defense 100% when attacking, and a great chance of evading enemies' attacks. So very, very helpful here. This dude is basically a monster on any and every team he can get put on. He cannot die as long as you feed him the orbs. He is such a great unit. He has a very well-rounded leader skill with Pure Saiyans, Hybrid Saiyans. There are very few units you would want to run unless it's a specific pure and hybrid joins forces unit, like Vegeta and Trunks, for example, that you wouldn't be able to fit on his leader skill, right? Most people would like, you know, if you're running superclass, you're probably running pure hybrid Saiyans, so running him as the leader is just great. Having two of these guys on a team may seem counterintuitive, having a balance to 6 or more key sphere passives, but it works, right? It works because of everything else he's doing, right? Because even in the chances where you may not get the full 6, as long as you get 3, you've got a 60% chance to dodge, which may protect you. To add on to that, don't forget he is infinitely raising his attack and defense. So all in all, I think with his final first return, you definitely spend the 400 coins to grab your copy of this guy if you have not got him. I would say he is a guaranteed grab if you've got him. I don't necessarily think you should summon on the banner for him, but that's for another video. But there are some considerations you have to take. Remember, he's not on this banner alone. He's also on this banner with World Tournament Goku and Piccolo Jr., who, to be completely honest, if we're talking about these three guys together, any one of these characters would be worth your 400 red coins. So you wouldn't be wrong in picking up either one of these three. So just to keep that into consideration. But more importantly, you definitely want to consider that here in about a month, we're going to get the return of these guys right here. The LRZ duo and the LRGT duo, the 8th anniversary units. Coming up in December, more than likely around Christmas time, these guys are going to make their first return on Global, meaning they will be available for purchase with 500 red coins. So if you're someone who missed out on the 8th anniversary units, you may want to consider hold off purchasing Goku or any of the other units until you've grabbed these guys with your coins. So just something to keep in mind that this is coming up around Christmas time on Global. Also consider that, right, if you're willing to wait till Saiyan Day, you've also got this guy coming back as well, who you may want to consider holding coins for if you're someone like me who hasn't quite pulled this guy just yet. So keep that in mind. Another consideration that you may want to consider is the worldwide units. Although they are less of a demand, if only because, well, actually not the Trunks here, because the Trunks is not, he's a teal coin. It's the Vegito and the Zamasu. If you want to consider units, these guys, you missed them. They will be back on the 9th anniversary, and if we end up sharing 9th anniversary, that could be February for us here on Global, but otherwise they won't be back till July, so it's maybe less of a factor if you're someone who doesn't think February is likely for us to share anniversary. So guys, that is the video. My final recommendation is that yes, God Goku is worth your 400 coins if you were to grab him right now. Just don't forget about those considerations for the 8th anniversary unit. So anyways, guys, that is the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let me know, who did you end up picking up with your 400 red coins? Are you grabbing Piccolo Jr.? Are you grabbing World Tournament Goku? Or are you grabbing God Goku on his first return to Global Dokkan? Or are you somebody who's holding off for maybe a bigger, badder unit down the road? Let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.